Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Lieutenant Commander urging JCF to stifle criminal gangs financially. Lieutenant Commander George Overton is calling on the constabulary force to ramp up efforts to dismantle the ability of gangs to profit from criminal activities. His call comes as the country's murder figure surpassed the 1,000 mark this week. Up to Monday of this week, 1,003 Jamaicans have been murdered. That's 55 more murders over the same period last year. It represents a 5.5% increase. Lieutenant Commander Overton, who chairs the PSOG Standing Committee on National Security and Justice, says more effort is needed to understand the nature of gang conflicts in the country. He argues that criminal gangs need to be cut off from the profits derived from their crimes.
So we need to tackle the gangs and what the gangs are fighting over. So we need to look at, is it extortion? Is it scamming? Is it the protection around the scammers? Is it feeding off of the scammers? Is it the drug trade? Is it the gun trade? What is it that these gangs are fighting over? And we need to intervene in those arenas to eliminate the conflict between the gangs, but also take away the profit and the benefit of the gang activities. Well, look, strengthening the communities is an essential component of the whole effort, but that's not a tomorrow solution. That's a medium to long term. It's generations of decay in certain communities that you just have to eliminate, restore hope, restore order, and just give the people a sense of being. That has to be done, but that is medium to long term. If we could just get them to focus on that and get it done, at least it will give us a tool. Because evidence in the past has been that once the military is brought out under the state of emergency legislations, we do see a reduction in the number of homicides that are committed. But again, we do have the concern, and as a democratic society, we must address the rights of the people and ensure that they are respected. But I am one that have a position that, a handful of criminals, their rights seem to be trumping the rest of the nation's rights to a peaceful environment and a peaceful life.
JTA's president resolute that JTC as proposed does not benefit profession. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Lasandra Harrison, remains resolute that the Jamaica Teaching Council as proposed is of no benefit to the teaching profession. During a heated discussion, Harrison says the council cannot be allowed to be driven by any grouping other than educators.
As lawyers, do they
I'm a former teacher.
As lawyers, do they allow non-lawyers to determine their standards of profession? As nurses, do they allow non-nurses to determine their standard of profession? As engineers, do they allow? And in the medical field, it is a collective, it is a social good, and we give donation, and stakeholders all the time contribute to the medical field, yet no one dares to go in and tell that doctor how to use that instrument that has been donated. Everybody wants to tell the educator how to carry out the business of education. It cannot be. We are not saying that others are not to participate, sir. There are stakeholders and they ought to be at the table, but they ought not to drive. So Ministry of Education should do the registering. Certainly that is their purview to do. But when it comes on to setting professional standards as educators, that we ought to lead in that remit. And that is part of the lack of professional courtesy that has been afforded us as educators, and part of the problem while persons are leaving the profession. What the response has been to the submissions that we have made. We ask for nothing less than 75% of that board ought to be educators. We ask for that and nothing less, sir. And I do
And what
believe
about the parents?
The parents?
Yes.
Oh, sure, there is a representative
And
of
how
the
much
parents.
of that should be parents?
Well, I would not.
Whose children you are teaching?
Oh, definitely. And certainly they would have afforded them in our care every day. And
Yes.
certainly I did say they can be ex officio members and they are at the table.
Why
But,
ex officio?
sir, how it is a professional judgment. How can a parent who is not a teacher tell us as teachers how to carry out the business of teaching?
God is on my side. Terminally ill patient wins $1 million digital promotion. A man who has been struggling with end-stage kidney failure will have his life transformed through a lucky break. Mr. Williams, whose first name is being withheld for privacy, is the 8th winner of $1 million in the digital golden SIM promotion. In a statement from the telecoms, the 43-year-old man says he was diagnosed with a life-threatening ailment in 2020. That same year, he said, he also suffered a seizure that left him in a coma, with doctors giving him a 10% chance at survival. Now jobless, the former sales representative says his stroke of luck couldn't have come to a better time. He says he was asleep when his son woke him up with the good news. Mr. Williams says the cash infusion would be used to pay for his dialysis treatment. Even more timely, as according to Mr. Williams, his sister, who had promised him a kidney, died in a truck crash last year. He said the day he received the check for the $1 million was bittersweet, as it was also 1 year to the death of his sister. Brand marketing manager for Digicel, Carla Hollingsworth, said customers that Mr. Williams inspired the company to keep giving. The Digicel Golden SIM promotion runs for 21 weeks until November 6. Each week, one customer will win $1 million if the serial number on their SIM card matches the winning Golden SIM number. Mobile customers who top up, activate plans, make calls and texts, and pay bills on time automatically enter the promotion. 20-year-old man ordered to pay $800,000 in restitution for assaulting 17-year-old girlfriend. A 20-year-old man was ordered to pay $800,000 in restitution after he pleaded guilty to assaulting his 17-year-old girlfriend when he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. The accused, whose name is being withheld to protect the complainant's identity, was charged with assaulting a female and unlawful wounding. However, the man only pleaded guilty to the assault charge. The allegations are that the man, who was at her house, followed the teenager to the veranda and demanded to know who she was speaking to on a phone call. The court was then told that he slammed the girl against the grill and kicked her in the face, resulting in a cut above her eye. The accused man denied ever kicking the teenage girl, but the girl explained to the court that because of tensions between them, she asked him to come for his clothes at her house. Does that sound normal or healthy to you? Tupular, Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague asked, Sheno Bagamango, you're out of order to have done that, and she's 17 years old, she proclaimed. So you were going after a fruit before it did ripe, Cole Montague said, after learning that the teenager started dating the accused when she was 16 years old. Addressing the accused, Cole Montague asked him if he is employed, to which he disclosed that he is an engineer at a shop. Detailing an earlier incident between the teenager and the accused, the girl said he went to her house and shouted at her, calling her a whore and a runaround. So persons could have heard, the judge asked the teenager. Yes, Your Honor, she answered. Defending his actions, the man said he was threatened by her friend. The friend told me on the phone, miss, say, him a go pull up on me, and what him a go do to me. She was calling him on the phone, and that's why he said, before being interrupted by the judge. All right, stick a pin now. The friend tell you that, and you lash out on her, Cole Montague asked. Let me tell you something, young man. You're going to leave her alone, she ordered. From the day me and her in the altercation, me never cross path again, he responded. Yes, because you're in custody, and you shall be there a little longer. I don't take things like these lightly, and I'm looking at her age, and she's quite vulnerable to me. These are some traumas that a 17-year-old should not have encountered at all, the judge said. Turning to the teenager's mother, Cole Montague said, and mother, may have one dose of rub down for you. What do you know about this young man, mother? Miss, me tell her no go there so. Me say, you are give me stress and pain, cause me can't take it, the mother answered, after releasing a heavy sigh. Well, she learned now. All we did young one time. Now you learn that, and no for you. And this relationship started when you were 16 years old. I don't judge young people like how some people judge them and say them feelings never ride them in a them skin yet. But you have to use wisdom. I don't like this for you, and I don't like this drama that you have gone through, because there's a violence that has already been placed and the start, Cole Montague stated. Detailing another incident, the teenager told the judge about a time when the accused told her to visit him at his home to work on her school-based assessment. One day after school ended early and her mother was at work, she recalled that the man left her at the house for a while and then returned arguing about a spill or stray. The argument escalated to him, accusing her of cheating on him. The girl went on to say that he ripped her clothes and attempted to throw her out of the house. Hearing this, the stunt judge told the no-crying girl to not say anything else and encouraged the mother to hold and comfort her. It was also revealed in court that the father of the accused man allegedly contacted the child, pleading with her to drop the case against his son and promising that he will provide a laptop and full scholarship for her studies. To this, Cole Montague said, "I don't know of a full scholarship under $1 million. Are you willing to pay this?" The accused man agreed, but seeing his predicament, an attorney rose to offer counsel pro bono to the accused man. The attorney even attempted to argue that both parties can go into mediation and the judge should show leniency and offer him bail based on the fact that he is still young and this is his first offense. Cole Montague denied this request. However, she did reduce the amount to be paid to $800,000 and ordered the man to pay for the counseling for the complainant. The accused is to return to court for sentencing on October 24, when a committee report should be completed. An order was also made for his fingerprint. This time on remand will be part of his sentence, Cole Montague stated. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell